Well, we've been talking about turmoil, but I didn't expect this kind of turmoil. I thought it was going to be economic turmoil. You got conflict going on around the world, and it looks to me that maybe this conflict is going to get even worse. Our data is showing that a lot of capital is flowing into the United States, and that is always, always, always a precursor to further conflict because the people in the know move their money into a safer place. Well, the United States has been that safer place for many, many years, over 100 years. And here's a really interesting thought is that before World War I broke out, a couple years before then, money started leaving Europe and coming to the United States. So that we got a capital flow from Europe to the United States because the people in the know knew that conflict was coming. Let me go to my first slide. Let's just start talking about this. Now, I'm titling this War Drums Are Beating. Man, is there any peacekeepers around? All our politicians around the world seem like they're just pushing everybody into conflict. I don't want to go to conflict. I certainly don't think anybody else does. I think this can be settled, but I think there's internal problems. I think there's lots of debt. I think the economy is really softening up radically. And a lot of politicians are looking for an external problem. And I think if they go to war, this is going to solve themselves. So they're sending money to the U.S. So is it still a safe haven? Yes, I think it certainly is. And our capital flows are showing that. Now look at this. This is from the Federal Reserve Electronic Data Systems data. They collect this type of information. And you can see this is direct foreign investment in the United States. This little white line is telling us this is that very, very short but deep recession in 2020. You can see that money was starting to flow out of the United States. And we came into the COVID territory and money started flowing back in as investment, as the U.S. economy started picking up steam. And then it leveled off as the rest of the world picked up. And you can see money started coming out of the United States. And all of a sudden we get here to Q2 of 2021. And we get this huge spike of capital coming back into the United States. Now, this is a very, very, very significant amount of money that came into the United States at this time. And it leveled off. And look what's happening. We're starting to see money come back into the United States. Now, this is a couple quarters back. I'm assuming that this is probably higher in the real world. It just hasn't been recorded yet. And this is the reason. Not only do we have conflict with Russia and Ukraine, it looks like we may have conflict between Taiwan and China. And if you're in Korea, or if you're in Japan, or Indonesia, like Vietnam or Thailand, you want to get your money out of those to someplace that might be a little safer. This is what industrialists and family offices have been doing for centuries, is getting their money out of where it's at risk and where it's safer. This is natural. And that money is coming here to the United States, and it's coming in many, many forms. And we're starting to see real estate be impacted. Certainly in Florida. Florida's got an awful lot of Latin America money, and it's getting a lot of European money. That money is also flowing over to Dallas-Fort Worth and through the Texas system. Florida, Texas, and Arizona. You've heard me preach this. If you go look at my videos, you're just going to hear that these are the markets that you want to be in to make some money. By the way, if you like my videos, please subscribe. Really helps with our marketing and like the video. YouTube really thinks this is like the best thing to do, so that would really help us. We were talking about where this money is flowing. It used to flow up to Vancouver in British Columbia, but of course that's been closed down. And we see a lot of money going to Silicon Valley and San Francisco, but those markets are actually getting to the point where people are leaving them here in the United States and moving a little further inland. We're seeing them here in Maricopa County and in Phoenix, because Phoenix is becoming the new Silicon Valley. We just got the Taiwan Semiconductor. They're building 8 plants here, so you'd think we're going to get some Taiwan money coming here. This would be a great place to go. Let me go to my next slide. Let's just talk about that one. So this is what I suggest that you buy if you're anywhere in the United States and you want to park some money. This is just everywhere in the United States. This is just a middle-class American home. You can find them all across the country, Florida, Texas, Arizona. They rent overnight. They're always in demand. You can always sell them. If you locate them well, they rent overnight. They're just real easy to get cash flow like crazy. Now here in Maricopa County, we got tens of thousands of these. Now this particular property, we just leased for $2,100. Took us 5 days to do so. Now here in my market, I can't talk so much about Dallas or Florida, but here in Arizona, I'm an expert in it. And I'll tell you that a $2,100 a month income on rent, after everyone is paid, you're going to get yourself about $1,500–1,600 a month. Taxes are very, very little, and that's pure unmitigated cash flow for yourself. So this house is going to throw off about $18,000 to $20,000 all year long. And we literally have tens of thousands of them. We do absolutely everything for you. We do the acquisition, we do the inspections, we do the calculations, we have a buy protocol that has to be followed. We do the repairs, we help you with the management company because we use 5 of them. You can choose whoever you like. They're all flat rate. And you can title it any way you want. There are no restrictions for overseas buyers purchasing in the United States. No restrictions for you to buy whatsoever. So if you have any interest at all, just let me know. This is where you can find me. You know, my firm's a really, really big firm here in the United States. They do our compliance, they do our paperwork, they do all of our back office work. These are my numbers. You know where you can reach me if I can help in any way whatsoever. Explain anything that's going on. Talk about your particular situation. Help you refer. If you don't want to buy here in Arizona, we'll talk to you about Florida or Texas and send you over there. Arizona is the #1 market in the United States. It'd be really, really terrific for you to do that. If I can help in any way whatsoever, just give us a call. Just contact me at michael@michaeldeville.com. Bye-bye.